Hey Herman, this is Evan Kuster here, and I'm here to show you how to calculate your new scale factors for your new machine. Not new machine, for your machine. And so what I've done is I've written a quick Excel spreadsheet over here that you'll just have to take some measurements off of some parts you've printed, and it'll calculate your new scale factors for you. And so, but the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to walk over to your machine currently, and on the right-hand side of the main GUI window is not even the GUI, the main display window is there's a settings button. You're going to need to click on settings, and then go to the desired scale. Sorry, not desired scale factor. Go to the default scale factor for X and Y. And so these are numbers directly off of my machine. So my default scale factor is 1.0019 and the current scale factor is 1.0019 for y, so for x and y. Yours may not be the same for x and y, but that doesn't matter. We just need what you're currently running on your machine right now. And so once you've got those numbers, the next thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to basically measure the part that you printed while it's still in CAD. And so in this case, I have what are called batch graders here. I've just sent you over one of these files. I like to place them on the four corners and one in the middle. And so what I do is I go and I measure this part. And so from one edge to another edge, I can see that this part is 32 millimeters wide in X and 32 millimeters wide in Y. And so it is important to know what orientation your parts were printed on. So if you don't know the orientation of your U's when they were printed, then I would go ahead and print these batch graders. If you do know the orientation of the U's, go ahead and just use the U's and the horseshoe parts and use them to calculate this. And so you'll just need the measurements along the longest axis in X and Y. And so these are what we're going to call the desired numbers. And so I'm going to go over here and enter the desired numbers in X and then the desired number in Y. And so from here, you're going to need to actually measure the printed part. And so what I do when I measure the printed part is I go and measure from this face to this face in X, and then this face and this face in Y. And because this is a perfect CAD part, these numbers are perfect at 32 millimeters, you'll probably get numbers that are like 32.5 or maybe 31.2 or some numbers that are not 32 or not whatever your desired number is. And the reason why we do this 5 times or more is that we want to get a nice average over across the part. You can do it on just one, but like anything else, if you have a nice average, it's a little bit more reliable. And so I'll go measure my parts, and I enter those values in here. So I enter my in this case, 4x measurements along this one, and I measure my 4y measurements in here. And so what that'll do is it'll automatically calculate your scale factors that you need to type into your machine. And so here down at the bottom, in blue, are the new scale factors that you're going to go and type into where it says default scale factor on the physical machine itself. And so very simply here, anything in green are numbers that you need to type in. In red are automatically calculated numbers. And then in blue, this is the number that you need to type into the machine at the end of the day. And so that's all you need to do to calculate the scale factor on your machine. If you have any questions about this or concerns, please give me a call at any time, and I will be happy to walk you through this process. Thank you, and have a great afternoon.